right. Let's make sure we're live. It's been a while since I did a in-studio live. Usually I do these. Okay, let me make sure. Oh yeah, good. Turn it down some so we'll get feedback so I can see it. All right, good. Hey, we're live. All right. Let's do that. All right, I'll put that there just so I can see comments. And let's see if we can get that doc going. Look at docs. Chat. Where's my chat doc? Streamlabs chat. Should be a doc chat. Yeah, they did an update on this, and I can't. Look docs. Custom browse docs. Yeah. That's not it. They changed it. Will that work? Welcome to live chat. Yeah, I guess it will. It says Streamlabs chat, though. I don't think that is... Will that work? I'll have to put something in chat to see if it works. Alright, we'll just put a simple welcome. Hey, how you doing? I'm well, they're checking my heart and stuff. I mean, I had a nuclear treadmill test today, and it was like, I hate those. I really do hate those. Remember to guard your privacy, blah, blah, blah. See, I don't get this. This should be... Oh, there you are. There it is. Just had to make it, bigger, I guess. But, how are you doing? I guess I'm okay, I guess. Yeah, good. Good. So, the 20th is our derby up at Lake of the Woods. Now, I plan on being there. I just got to talk one of my kids into driving me up there. Or my wife. It's a Saturday. So and so I've been busy making... What happened to the stupid chat thingy? Oh, there it is. What in the world? All right, so what is this? It's a screen thingy, that's doing... I don't know. They changed the program, OBS, a little bit, and they changed it. So, all right, that should work. So so I'm making these little square spiders, basically. I mean, these take a while to make, because my vision's not the best, so I have to thread this through the needle and then put the needle through it and do that over and over and over again. So I want to have about 100 of them, for the event. Sell them for a few bucks each. I don't know. We'll see. And the fish is starting to bite again. Oh, really? Howard's Prayer? Oh, nice. I just can't get out. It's driving me nuts. Really is driving me nuts. It's just a matter of transportation for me, That's all it is. It's a matter of transportation. It's got everything. Now look at this. See, I did this. I put the end of a worm. I figured, a Ned rig. I figured I'd try little different things. There's a Senko with it on both ends. I don't know. It seems to work. These little like antennae or hairs seem to make a big difference, because I'm lousy with plastics. I really am. And this square, as stupid as it looks, works really well. And I just did, well, here, I'll show you that. It's actually better, because it's a bigger piece. So this right here is the square today. Oh, that's terrible. It's purple, actually. It's plum. And then I put mica powder in it, and it really, really gives it a color shift to it. It's really cool looking. I did 60 of these. No. 26 of them. And that mica powder looks really good in it. Really good in it. That stuff goes a long way too, because you pay a pretty penny for just a few, for a little bit, but it goes a long way. But yeah, we're so the 20th is our derby at Lake of the Woods, and it starts at 8, although you could start earlier. Registration starts at 8. And I will have some baits there. Personally, these things, these squares are expensive. So, although a lot cheaper when you make them. And so I'm going to have a bunch of these different colors and stuff like that. And those who want to try it, which I think you should, because, and the cool thing about this is that all I did was hook it, and on a Colorado rig, and just put the hook through it and throw it out there, bounce it off the bottom. You can swim it. I actually found swimming it got a little bit more attention to it. I did get, I think you guys saw a video of me when I opened these Gamakatsus. So I've got drop shot hooks and some weedless. So we'll see. It's weedless. Nothing's weedless. Nothing's weedless. And so I need to get up there. It's getting colder. It's raining a little bit today. The lake's turned already. The lake's already turned, and so that means the bass are deeper, and the trout are shallower. And so a lot of the people that fish trout during the summer, we'll have fresh stock too. So it's going to be a good week. It'll be a good derby. I would stay in Rainbow Bay, and work that. I'd work Rainbow Bay unless they stock over on Aspen. We really don't know what ramp they're going to stock in until they stock. Now, if they're at Aspen, if they stock there, just work that point. From shore or from boat, you're going to catch you'll catch your limit in an hour. And we do have a prize for the largest live fish. Now, that probably won't be a trout. These are farm stock trouts, and the trouts die quick, really quick. But the bass are natural and they're hardy. So you can grab a bass, put it in a bucket, bring it over to the table, let me do the measurements on it, and if I can release it live, that's considered live. And we'll do it real quick. So, but do that. I had people last year, they just brought me perch. And, because the kids were fishing around the marina, the dock there and the shore. and they were catching perch, and they'd run up, and I could, I'll measure it, and they're little guys, and I'll release it. But hey, if nobody can bring me something bigger that I can release live, then c'est la vie. Little guy wins. And I forgot who won it last year. I think it might have been a perch. I can't remember. My phone's got all the stuff on it. Yeah, and I measure everything with the little ball thing. So, we want this thing, proof ball. I measure everything with that. So, so it's real accurate, but it's the same for everybody. And I lay him down and put the ball next to it, just the same as I do for everybody. So it's fair, and it also puts less stress on the fish. And so if you're really competing for a live release, then you really don't want me to take it out, put it on a measuring board, and then put a hook through, the hook hanger through its gills and measure its weight. That is so much easier, and it makes it much better for live releases. So we'll definitely be using that. And what I do, I'll put your name on the picture that I take with it. And this way, at the end of the day, you could bring me fish through the day. So if a fish is not, you don't have a live well, and you catch it near me, or you can keep it in a bucket long enough for me to measure this thing and release it. So definitely, that's what you want to do. You want to bring chairs, buckets, baits. Spinners work really well for the trout. So, just a simple spinner works really good. The, worms and power bait. And my favorite power bait is Tequila Sunrise. So and not too many places sell Tequila Sunrise. So it's a black and purple bait, a lot like the color of this that I just made. Purple works really good in Lake of the Woods, by the way. And it works really good. And then as for a secondary, if you can't find Tequila Sunrise, which Lake of the Woods does sell it, but I didn't find it over at like Bi-Mart, which has the best power bait selection in town. Some people, I like going with a red, white, and blue, because I can mix it and get like a light purple out of it, lavender. And again, lavenders and purples work really well in the lake. So now a lot of people like rainbow. So you can try rainbow, but remember, these are farm trout, so they do have the farm food flavored stuff in jars. That is a really good one, because that's what they're used to eating. And for these trout, there's not a natural trout in there. Those are even holdovers may have lost the taste of that food, but they weren't born there. That Lake of the Woods is not a breeding ground, a hatchery for trout. It just isn't. I don't know why, but it isn't. Maybe the water gets just too warm, during breeding season. And that might be, and it's perfect for bass, because bass want warm. They want sun on their eggs, and no current. And so it's like a perfect lake for bass. But for the trout, I think the water just gets way too warm during breeding season. Now, the neat thing too, in the next 5 weeks, in October, we have the salmon will be spawning up there. And if you go to the main ramp, you'll see hundreds of these things. You can walk out there and just move them aside with your foot. Brandinator. Awesome. Oh, Upper Klamath. Right now, Yeah, the big, those are big trout. So you're going to be working like a large Rapala. Those trout are going to be leaving Upper Klamath, and they'll be migrating, and so they're going to be leaving Upper Klamath. And you don't want to you in Upper Klamath, you want to stay over at Rocky Point, and there's a trench between Rocky Point and Comfort Point, right along the coastline there, between the public ramp and south of it, and there's a trench, and it can get about 15 feet deep, which is deep for that area because the average depth of Upper Klamath is only 8 feet. So it works really, really well. Yeah, minnows do good. They're eating big though. This is the time of year that the trout eat big, and that's why the Rapalas work really, really well. They're really, these trout. I mean, these are 10-pound trout with big mouths, like Italians. And these guys, minnows is a very good one. Frozen minnows, because you can't use live minnows. So you can buy frozen minnows and do that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could look over your kayak and just see a bunch of these massive fish. And again, as the waters, as the season changes, they're going to be moving up into the woods in the Williamson's rivers, and the mouth of those rivers work really, really well right now. Right at the mouth of the Williamsons. That's a great spot. If you got a boat, just go over there and just start fishing. I use really light line. I use a 4-pound, nothing heavier than 6-pound fluorocarbon. I like fluorocarbon because fluorocarbon is invisible in the water and it doesn't stretch hardly at all. Monofilament stretches, it's like a rubber band. And the more line stretches, the less setting of the hook you get and the more play that the fish has a chance to spit it out. So I use only fluorocarbon, P line, for fluorocarbon, and fluorocarbon works really, really well. I use 4, maybe 6 pounds, but nothing heavier. I mean, you can land anything with 4-pound test. You just got to play them more. That's all. You just got to let them run and keep that line tight, and wear them out. Because I mean, you catch a 10-pounder, even a 15-pounder, which you can do easily with 4-pound tests. You just gotta let them run, and which is more fun. I do have some braid that I throw in lily pads and stuff like that, and my bait casters. I think it's 40-pound braid for my extra heavy, because I have really large. Yeah. So there's a 5-pound glide bait, or a 5-ounce glide bait. If I threw this on 4-pound test, it would just keep flying away. So for when I go bass fishing, I have to use heavier line. But I usually, if I'm doing topwater, I don't use a leader. But if I am not using topwater, I always have a leader, a fluorocarbon leader. So. But yeah, it's the P-Line 4-pound or P-Line 6-pound fluoro is the best. I've had the best success. It doesn't break easily, and in fact, it's hard to break. P-Line is the best fishing line on the market, in my opinion. For fluoro, fluorocarbon. So my brain's a little off. I had a nuclear test today, and it's just like, makes you so tired and gross. Oh, I had something on the ledge, snapped my 14-pound test line. Really? Yeah, I mean, sometimes I forget I set my drag. I'll get a snag, and then I'll tighten my drag, and then I'll pop, and get my hook out, and then I forget to loosen my drag, and so then I'll hook a big fish, and the line will pop on me because I tighten my drag and I forgot to loosen it. So really the trick to catching a big fish is really setting your drag to where it's less than the poundage of your line. Because if you got, you got 4 pound test and you put it on 7 pounds of drag, what's it going to do? It's going to break your line. So the drag's going to go out on you, and it's fun. I mean, my Aldebaran bait caster, that my ultralight, that has a really loud clicker. So that baby, it just runs and goes click, 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 and it's just fun. I love hearing that thing go. So that's part of it. Nose plugs. Lucy, I didn't see you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lucy. I didn't see you there. Yeah, I'm on my PC, and my PC has sort of a delay between when you put something in comments and I see it. So, but my health is doing better. It's been 8 years since I've had a heart procedure, so my Drudge. They're looking to make sure I don't need another one because the warranty's almost up on the last one, and then my brain is still hiccuping, so my speech aphasia is still frustrating me. Nothing worse than shutting up in Italian. Just put us down. It was snagged. Well, it might not have been snagging you. If you snapped your line, it's either, sometimes a bass is smart, or a fish is smart, and what they'll do is they'll swim through some cover, and they'll use the cover abrasiveness like a log or a rock in order to weaken your line so they can break it. Old fish know how to do this. Now the thing is with a bass, an old bass, it's got a bucket mouth. It's got a mouth this big, so you got all this area here that they could spit out a hook. They're just doing this, they're shaking it. But with smaller mouth fish, they don't have that advantage, so they usually have to go underneath cover in order to break the line. But a big bass, this is one of the reasons why. Well, it is the reason why the big bass is harder to land, because they've got more room to spit out a hook. So, catch any trudge sturgeons? You catch any sturgeons lately? Oh yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like. People always forget to hit likes. I get thousands of, I have almost 400,000 views, and it's like, people just don't hit the button. I forget to do it too, but typically at the end of a video that I watch, I usually will just hit it. But I am looking forward to the Derby. It's just been a while since I've been up there, and it's just, we'll bring some stuff to sell. And these squares work really well. And, what they call dice, bass dice, no sturgeon, but going for salmon. Oh, nice. Besides freshwater salmon, but I've never caught a big salmon. Just freshwater, stuff, in lakes, kokanees, which aren't big. So I've never really done that. I want to go camping. My daughter, this morning, I told her about camping. She goes, Dad, camping's for children. And I go, camping's not for children. I go, grown-ups like it too. I go, but you're at an age, she's 24, about to be 25 next week. She's at that age to where camping is not attractive. Not going to do it. My wife, she's at the age where glamping is attractive. Me? Yeah, I don't even need a tent, man. Put a sleeping bag out there and I'm good. And if it rains, I'll get in the car. It's like I'm fine. One time, I went to what was it? Not Applegate. That lake's not there anymore because of the dam removals. But I went to a tournament and I camped there the night before. And whoo, boy, it rained and stormed, and if I wasn't fat, that I would have flown away in that tent. Yeah, my my health is frustrating. It just is. My speech is becoming more compromised, and my it's just so frustrating. You know, what did I turn 61 in, what, 2 days? Something like that. 9/11. Yeah, 2 days. And I don't know what it is, but, and I've aged so much in this last decade that my brain, you got, and that's kind of what my brain's doing. My brain it is doing something I've never heard of. It will randomly just shut off organs in my body. And it'll, thanks, Stretch. 9/11. I had it before the bad guys made it bad. I remember my boss took me out for lunch that day during, the day of the terrorist attack. And I lived in Fresno, and it was just dead. Nobody was out. And so we go into a restaurant and come out, and it's just a horrible day, right? And then this reporter was there just looking for somebody to talk to, and they talked to me. And I was on TV that night, because I was probably the only one they could talk to. And it was just a sad day, And every 9/11 is sad now. You cannot have a happy birthday on 9/11. And I guess it's like December 5th, 2 generations ago, Pearl Harbor Day. Who could celebrate anything on December 5th, And that's what September 11th is like. So it's just a terrible day. So, but yeah, my daughter's is the 14th. She turns 25. And my brother and sister-in-law have their birthdays at the end of the month. And then I guess it's the busiest, it's the highest birth rate month, September is. The odds of people born in September is higher than anybody. I guess it's New Year's. Whoopee night. Cold winters. I don't know what it is. That's what they do. Can't go outside? Hey, hon. Let's warm up. 9 months later, September. Thank you. But yeah, I think I've been riding my bike. I rode my bike to the hospital yesterday because of I had more tests yesterday, and then today's sort of raining, so my daughter took me to the hospital. And today was the nuclear test, and it always makes me feel yucky. It's horrible. They put this nuclear stuff in you, and it makes your heart race, and it's like your body's running a sprint, and you're just not ready for it. And then they're just like scanning it. They want to see blood flow around the heart and stuff like that. And I have an aneurysm, and That'll probably have to be operated on next year. But if there is blockage, then they'll probably do the aneurysm while they're in there. Might as well. I mean, it's just stents, I think. So I've had 3, you know, heart caths done in my earlier years. So it's just, I'm a broken man. I just keep breaking. You know, doctors got tired of seeing me. They come in the room, they go, Mike, what are you in here for? I go, I'm broken, and you got to fix me. Then I'll leave and I'll break again. That's how doctors make their money. But yeah, hopefully you guys, you know, Randonator, I mean, it'd be nice if you came to the Derby. We usually have about 70 to 100 people at the September Derby. I try to have prizes for everybody, especially the kids. Kids usually get the good prizes. And I make up stuff. You know, it's just, you know, also, you know, who's got the ugliest fish? And then we do get some ugly ones. And we give a prize for the ugliest fish, the smallest fish. I always give a prize for the smallest fish. I think last year, this kid, he was probably about, I don't know, 17, 16. I measured his fish, and he won the smallest fish. And I swear, I mean, if you saw him, you would have thought he caught a personal best. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, well, the children's, I missed the children's one. So, yeah, it was a mess that day. The dragon and unicorn are hung on Will and Corey's living room wall and always get compliments. Yeah, the Derby. Yeah, it was fun. Well, I'm glad they like it. I really am. You know, whenever I make something, I get real scared when I make something. And I hope people like it, but if they don't like it, and I liked it, and I worked hard on it, that means I feel bad. It's just one of those things that, as an artist, but that dragon, oh my God, that dragon. You know, the unicorn, I did 2 of them because the first one sucked. But the dragon, when I was blending all the colors, the colors just came out really well, and then the epoxy on certain portions just got it to come alive, and so the dragon, yeah, that dragon. Yeah, I mean, you wanted to buy it when I was halfway done with it. I was doing a live, and he said, "I'll take it." It's like, I don't even know what it's going to look like, and you know, as an artist, you don't know how it's going to look like until it's done, because you're building layers, and you in my mind, I see things, and as I build on it, I say, okay, I need to get some more, you know, blue in there, some red in there, yellow, or I got to lighten it up, or this or that. And then it says, okay, you know, and then you're talking to yourself in your head, the entire time. The unicorn, the first one, I tried something different, and still got that bag down there. Powder coat. I tried powder coat, and did not work. I got a whole bag of powder coat down there. Never did break it open to do it again. And they immediately had to run their meters over them. Yeah, especially the dragon. I mean, you're like petting this dragon. If you guys ever get a chance to see the dragon video, you'll see me, you know, paint it and stuff like that. And it just came out really, really well. And it's one of my proudest paintings. We went to a friend's house day before yesterday, and he likes birds, so I had a beautiful, like, candy dish out of maple and mahogany that I made. And then inside the candy dish, I painted a yellow-headed blackbird. And I love yellow-headed blackbirds are gorgeous here in the area, anywhere if you see them. And it turned out really well, and he was real happy. Him and his wife were really, really happy. As sort of a thank you gift for having my whole family over. I mean, you don't get invited when you got 5 people in your family. You just don't. And I'm obnoxious. So it's like, most people can't handle me at their house. It worked. He cooked a tri-tip, and they're older than me quite a bit, like 20 years older than me, and it was just perfectly set. That generation always has the right dishes with the right things in it, and the table looks beautiful. My mama, Sicilian, when she was alive, she'd have plates stacked. You grab yourself a plate. She put the pot in the middle of the table. We'd say grace, and boom. We dug in. Free for all. Survival of the fittest in the Ruffino household. My wife's family is very proper too, like that. My family, we just dig in. It was wild. First time I ate at their house, I really didn't understand how. Her dad was 6'5", 6'6", big guy, and he didn't eat anything practically. They brought out one chicken. The chicken's only this big, and they got 5 people in their family, and they had me over, and they pull out a chicken, one chicken. Now, I'm Italian. We eat multiple chickens each. And then they put a little piece of chicken on my plate. Her dad serves it all. It was a little piece of chicken. First time at their house eating dinner while I'm dating their daughter. And I'm looking at my plate and I'm thinking, and so maybe dessert will be better. So after we eat, she gets dessert. Now, dessert is cake and ice cream, pie, stuff like that, right? This is dessert. She pulls out a little plate, like a saucer, and it had Oreo cookies on it. And you pass the little plate of Oreo cookies around, and everybody grabs one Oreo cookie. That's dessert. I was starving. One Oreo cookie was not going to satisfy what was left in my stomach. I was skinny too, man. I was 160. I was actually half the weight almost as what I am now. So after dinner, I went to Jack in the Box and I just loaded up. It's like, we eat good. We're Italians, it's family dining style, you put it out there, you serve it up, and you eat it. Thanksgiving was 2 plates. That's what you did. You had 2 plates. And Mama, she made pretty much a pie per person. I hated pumpkin. So the pumpkin pie went to other people. Mom always made me a lemon meringue. I love lemon meringue. Good lemon meringue's better than anything. And Mom, that's what we ate. I got my pie. Everybody knew Mike's pie is lemon meringue. You guys can fight over the apple and the pumpkins. I don't want those. Oh yeah, we never had turkey either because I didn't like turkey. So your fishing clippers have been spread far and wide in many fisher folks' hands. Oh, you're very welcome, my friend. Yeah. Thank you very much, Trudge. I missed that one. I was like, I scrolled down and said, "Oh, look, there's another one." It's a PC thingy. It's a PC, and then OBS changed, did an update, and I've lost my exit button, and there's some other things that they did that I have to get used to. So, like I said, this is the first time I did a live with this new OBS software. Um, so, but yeah, it's what's tomorrow going to look like? I don't know. Yeah, the bad weather doesn't help much for me because I have to get on my bike and find a spot. You know where good, another good one too, Red Nader, if he's still here, um, is Crystal Springs Park. That could be warm, getting good right now. And, a lot of the algae will start disappearing. And that's actually a pretty good spot. It's about 10 miles from my house, and I can I can ride my bike over there and back. Do that. All right. Well, I wanted to show you. This is what I've been working on. Dice. I've been working on dice because at the event, I want you guys to try them. These things, I don't, these things, I think now you can get 3 for $7 or something like that. On from Temu or something like that. 3 dice for $7. These were like $15 each when they first came out. It doesn't cost me hardly anything in material. It just takes a while for me to put the little skirt through the needle. That takes the longest time. I just I don't have the eyes anymore. But it seems like I can nail it sometimes, and then other times that hole just closes up. On the needle. Oh, I'm going to mute me for a second. This is my doctor. I don't know how to do that. Oh, here. There you go. I'm back. That was my neurologist, not my cardiologist. Yeah, you just get all these doctors. When you get older, you get a lot of doctors. You know, and so I gotta. One of my labs came back funky, so I gotta go and get medicine and inject myself once a week for a while. Yeah, that's great, Trudge. These things are easy to make. I mean, well, they don't cost nothing, but I use the ice cube tray, and you can melt some of your plastics, just pour it in there, and that's what I did. You make your dice, and then you just needle and put it through, and to be honest, it works really well, and I don't understand why we aren't all doing this, because it's just cheaper. It's a lot cheaper, and it's effective. It's just effective. So, yeah, I mean, the test results for my cardiology will be popping in the next couple days, and those say angiograms. No, they don't do angiograms anymore. They do I don't know, something else. It only puts you down for a couple days, and then you're fine. Unless you're me, then you're hospitalized for a couple of weeks and fighting it. I don't do surgeries very well. I do surgeries great. It's the recovery I don't do very well. One time I had a 15-minute procedure done, and it was nothing, right? 15 minutes and out same day, right? Yeah. 24 hours later, I was on life support. I was like, what the crap? Yeah, you wake up, on machines, and then you're in the hospital for weeks, and you look good coming out. Just lost a lot of weight. Man, I looked good. Maybe that's what I need. And you just go NPO, which is nothing through your mouth. They just fed me through an IV for 2 weeks, and it's just great. Although I did talk the nurses into like an ice chip once in a while, and then I almost threw up as soon as that ice chip hit my mouth. But I just wanted an ice chip to touch my mouth. I tried to talk them into changing the bag into filet mignon or something, but evidently they don't have those bags. You just can't get that IV. All right, guys. I'm going. Trudge, tell me how it goes. Tell me how it goes. I think you're gonna like doing this. You really are. That's actually. I mean, it's simple. I mean, it's just a needle and some skirting and an ice cube. To be honest, you can start making your bait for $20. From yet another surgery in her bad leg. Her femur just up and shattered. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you, my knees, when I was a kid, I've broken both my knees twice, each. That's because when we were kids, we played outside. I was G.I. Joe, Evel Knievel, and somebody else, Bruce Lee. All wrapped up in a little skinny Italian boy. And I was more like Evel Knievel because I kept breaking bones. So if I had anything in common with any one of those three, it was definitely evil. So I do that. I would love to see it. That's going to be really cool. And you know what? I don't understand why everybody just doesn't do it. Yeah, this Saturday I'll be I'll be out of town for a training of something, and then a week from Saturday is the event, the Derby, and it'll be a fun weekend. I always try to make it fun. And just have, I just want the kids to have a great time. That really is the goal, is to make sure the kids are having a good time. And I'll make some really cool stuff this next week. And yeah, just for the kids. Look at that. I thought I got rid of that. Yes, well, I hope so. Trish. They miss me up there, and it's home. The marina, the employees, the customers, the residences of the lake, they all love to see me up there, and they just, I miss them too. I love going up there, and you see me, smile and laugh with everybody and hug everybody, and it just is. I need to get my brain fixed, and it's got to become more reliable, my brain. So it can't get worse. So I usually lose consciousness for like 5 seconds, but you can't do that when you're driving. So I'll be doing something and I'll just turn off. Then I wake up on the floor and room's spinning around me. I just turn off. It's like an off switch in my head. And then sometimes it just turns off an organ. And it hurts. And then I go to the hospital. They freak out. I go, it'll kick back in. Don't worry about it. Yeah, kidneys, don't worry. Don't have to get the dialysis machine. Right when you think I need the machine, it'll kick back in. So the neurologist says you got to inject yourself with this, this stuff, and so I do it. Lion's mane mushrooms, I've heard, help. Well, I don't know if a lion would actually let me trim its mane, but if I gave it certain mushrooms, it might. Lion's mane mushrooms. I'll tell you, here in Oregon, everybody... Yeah, I got it. Here in Oregon, everybody's got something secret, herb. But I have a blood disorder, and it's what's caused a lot of this. So that's just what it is. I have broken blood. Tastes like lobster? Yeah. I like lobster. My wife doesn't. Took her on a date once, and she ordered steak and lobster. She didn't like lobster. And I was trying to be a big guy, The waitress says, would you like, because it didn't have a price on it. And she goes, would you like to know the price? And I had to be, you can't do that in front of the girl. I go, no, it's okay. I'll take the salad, though. I got to compensate. It was so funny. She was cutting the steak, and she accidentally hit the fork, and a piece of the steak just went flying across the restaurant. I don't know if it hit anybody. Yeah, that was an expensive date, and she didn't like the most expensive thing on the plate. I ate it. It goes really good with salad. So funny. Yeah, I don't know how we got married. We didn't have good dates. We just didn't have good dates. Her friends didn't like me, and my sister didn't like her. So it was like nobody wanted us to get together, and we've been married 38 plus, and been together 40. So it seems to be pretty good. All right, guys. Oh my goodness, blood transfusion is so dangerous. Shimmering sparkle flowers. All depends where you got the blood. So we were watching Star Trek the other day, and Kirk got Khan's blood put in him, and Bones gets up. Do you feel homicidal in any way? How you feel? It's like, yeah. All right, my friend. I'm gonna let you guys go. I think my wife just came home. I hear footsteps upstairs, so and then I'll get on here more. I just gotta figure out some content, and you guys don't want to watch me, sew those things together. The crazy thing is, these are cheap. These only cost a few, probably a quarter each to make, not even. But it's putting it through the needle eye. That's the hard part for a guy who can't see. All right, my friend. Good night. Fish on. Yeah, I wrote a song called Fish On. Take care, guys. I don't know how to